Hi everyone, thanks for taking the time today to do my class. I'll be teaching a class with a chair, so if you have a dining chair at home, just place it at the bottom of your mat and make sure that the chair is stable, always safety first. If you haven't done Pilates before, I usually give the easiest options at the beginning and then I build up on that. So just listen to your body and take the option that feels good for your body today. I usually cue the breathing as well. Don't get frustrated if that's going to be a little bit too much. Just focus on the exercise first, and then when you get confident with the exercise, focus on the breathing as well. All right, so let's begin. We're gonna begin by sitting on top of the chair, feet hip width apart and parallel. And you want your back to be supported to begin with. We're gonna begin with a few breathing exercise just to tune into your breath. You wanna wrap your hand around the rib cage, soften the shoulder down. You want to start feeling the sit bone, just lying on the chair. So feeling them heavy and wide. Think about growing tall from the crown of the head. Tuck the chin in slightly and start to breathe in from the nose and breathe out through the mouth. As you breathe in from the nose, you want to feel the rib cage expanding. And as you breathe out through the mouth, you want to feel the rib cage becoming smaller. Keeping that length through the crown of the head. And as you breathe in one more time, you want to fill the lungs with air fully. And as you breathe out, you want to push the air out fully as well. More breath there, starting to relax the shoulder down. Now you're going to open your eyes and interlace the finger behind the head. You want to see the elbow in your peripheral vision. And as you inhale, think about leaning back to your chair, feeling the head heavy, and gaze up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, coming back to your neutral position. And again, inhale, extending the spine and leaning back over the chair and coming back. Keeping that length as you lean back over the chair and forward. Inhale. Back a little deeper. Exhale, return. Keep pressing that head against those hands to relieve any neck tension that you might have. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, come back. Now you want to sit a tiny little forward and think about lengthening from the crown of the head one more time. Arms are nice and wide, shoulder away from your ear. We're going to rotate the shoulder forward and back. And rotate the shoulder forward, aiming for the palm to reach, to face the ceiling. And rotate back. Feeling the energy running through those arms, fingertips reaching away, keeping the ribs connected, making sure they're not flaring out. And rotate in and out. Beginning the movement from the shoulder. And just breathe normally. And we have two more. release all the way back down. Give it a bit of a shake if you need to. Now, as you exhale, think about lifting the right leg off the mat and extend. Point that foot and hold at the top. And bend that knee. Return. And straighten the other leg. Lifting that leg as high as you can. And lower. Keeping equal weights on both sit bone. And look for length. Reaching out. Point that foot. Hold at the top. And return. Pull the abdominals in, belly button towards the spine, sitting nice and tall, relaxing the shoulder down. Exhale as you lift and point that foot. Inhale as you return with control. And lift and point and hold there. And return. One more on each side. Straighten that leg as much as you can. Now sit forward a bit more. So about halfway through. Find your sit bone on the mat, on the chair once again, and start lifting the right leg off the mat. And return. And then the left, and pause at the top and return. And incorporate that breath. Exhale as you lift, hold, and return as you inhale. Then we're gonna sit a little bit forward once again, quite close to the edge of the chair. And here we go again. Lift that leg up. So as you notice, you have less support when you lift that leg. Trying to keep the pelvis as stable as possible. You need to have more control over your core. And lift and point and return. Lift and point and return. 2 more on each side. Really find that length and hold at the top. 1 more. And return. Excellent. Now we're gonna get ready for our squat. So hand in front of the chest, pray position. We wanna make sure both feet are pressing down. We're going to press through the heels, keeping the big toe quite light, and then we're gonna sit up. And we're gonna return all the way back with control. And again, sitting up, straightening those legs, and sitting all the way back as we return, keeping the knees parallel. So if you look down, you want to see those knees in line with the second and third toe. And lifting up, straightening those legs. And return down, pull those abdominals in. And sit. And 2 more. Then we're gonna lift. And we're gonna hover over that chair. And then we're gonna pump for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, press those hands together, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lift, and lower, lift again, And lower and hover off that chair and start pulsing again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lift all the way back up. Excellent. Now you're gonna face that chair, facing that chair. It's actually getting hotter. Face that chair, feet hip width apart and parallel. We're gonna roll down. Extend the arm over your head. Soften the shoulder down. Find that length with the crown of the head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, starting to roll down, chin to chest. Keep the arms over your head. And keep that weight slightly forward. Find the chair. So the spine is rounded here. You're going to flatten the spine, open up the sit bone, look forward. And curl again. Exhale, curl. Gaze towards the pubic bone. Inhale, lengthen that spine, shoulder away from your ear. Tailbone is reaching up towards the ceiling. And exhale as you curl. The neck is long. And again. Straighten that spine. Exhale, curl. Starting to create some mobility there. Inhale. Look up. Separate the sit bone. Exhale, curl back. One more. Exhale, return. Now we're going to roll the way back up. So you're going to start stacking the spine back up to standing, one by one, thinking about growing a little taller, and give a little shake to those shoulders. Excellent, very good. Now we're gonna sit on the mat with a chair just in front. Getting ready for our bridging. You wanna place both legs on top of the chair. Again, making sure that the chair is stable on the floor. You want the thigh bone perpendicular to your hips. So if you need to wiggle the bum closer to the chair, feel free to do so. Just stay there for a couple of breaths, feeling the spine settling down into the mat, feeling the back of the skull heavy, the back of the shoulder relaxed, feeling the back of the arm in contact with the mat. Inhale from the nose and exhale through the mouth. Then on the next exhale, tuck the tailbone under, start digging the heels into the chair and peel the spine away from the mat, bone by bone, and find your bridging. Hold at the top and soften the spine down with control, keeping that length. And again, inhale at the bottom, exhale. Press those heels into the chair, checking that the knees are still parallel, and start lifting the spine off the mat. Hold at the top, feeling that nice opening of the hips, and roll the spine down with control, creating space between every single vertebra when you roll all the way back down. We have 4 more to go. Exhale as you roll the spine away. Pause at the top and gently lower the spine back down. So there is a lot of work in your legs here. If you feel a bit crampy, it's quite normal. Try not to press those heels into the chair too much. And roll up. Keeping equal weight on both heels as you roll up. Lots of hamstrings work. Reaching those knees forward as you hold your bridging at the top the spine back down, bone by bone. 2 more. Exhale, rolling up, feeling the back of the body on fire. Hold at the top and roll all the way back down. 1 more to go. So using that breath as you peel the spine away. Hold at the top and roll the spine down, bone by bone with control. Excellent. Then stretch one leg up towards the ceiling just to relieve those heavies, and then the other. Very good. Extend the arm in front of the chest, lower the shoulder down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press the arms down and chest lift. Hold at the top and return. And again, exhale, curl up a little higher, lifting the shoulder blade off the mat and return. Arms are long and energized. Push and hold. And curl a little higher. 3 more. And 2. Belly button towards the spine. And 1. And return. For our hundreds, you can either keep the legs on the chair. You can start lifting them all the way up towards the ceiling and lowering them down as soon as they touch the chair, coming all the way back up. Or you can hug the chair with those legs if you wish. So extend the arm in front of the chest. Inhale, exhale, chest lift, arms reaching down, and start pumping. Inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 5. And choose the position of the leg that feels good for you today. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're hugging the chair, you want to squeeze those legs. Find that connection with your inner thighs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And curl a little higher, shoulder away from your ear. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can rest the leg back on the chair at any time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release all the way back down. Stretch those arms over your head and breathe. Excellent. Now we're going to come to an assisted roll up. Hold at the back of the thigh and roll up. Hug the chair with the legs just outside the chair. So give it a little squeeze there. We're going to be on a sitting position. If you feel that your legs can't stay straight and the spine can't stay straight, you can round the mat. Just curl the mat and then sit on top of it. So just to create a little lift over your pelvis, or you can use a towel. So just see, and everyone's different. So you want those legs to be straight. Give it a little bit of a squeeze to that chair, keeping the feet flexed. We're going to reach the arm forward. You're going to press the spine into the chair and find your length there. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Starting to slide those hands forward. And peel the spine away. I'm going to have to flex those hands. And stacking the spine back up to your sitting position. Shoulder away from your ear. And again, inhale, exhale, chin to chest, curling forward, rolling those abdominals in and coming back. So spine stretch. We're just working on articulating the spine forward. And again, inhale, exhale, chin to chest. Slide those hands forward and curl. And back. Now interlace the finger behind the head. Press the head against those hands. Find your length before we begin. Tuck the chin under slightly. And then we're going to twist towards the right. And back to the center. And twist towards the left. And back to the center. Keeping equal weights on both sit bone. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you return. Keeping the neck long. Keep pressing the back of the head against those hands. And wrap around. You're gonna feel like you're moving from the waist. The pelvis stay glued to the mat. Two more on each side. As you twist, you want to twist a little deeper. And one. Now we're going to twist. Lean forward and reach with your elbow down towards the chair and stack the spine back up to standing. Back towards the center, twist towards the opposite side, lean forward, reaching with the elbows down towards the chair and coming up. And twist, reach and tap, lift. And reach forward and back. We want to reach up and over. All the way back down, touching that elbow down to the chair. One more on each side. Twist, tap, lift and back. And return. And give it a bit of a shake if you need to. Now we're going to place the legs inside the leg of the chair. You want to find that contact. Arms in front of the chest. Take a deep breath in, shoulder away from your ear. And as you exhale, start curling the spine back towards the mat. As you curl back, you want to give a little push with those legs pushing out and coming all the way back to the floor. Reach the arm over your head. Inhale. Exhale. Reaching up towards the ceiling. Chin to chest. Push those legs against the legs of the chair as you pull up. And reach with your hands all the way towards the chair and stack the spine all the way back up to standing. And again, exhale, rolling back. Take on under. Keep reaching forward with those legs. Push those legs out and coming all the way back. So at your most challenging point, when you try to roll the spine away from the mat, push those legs out. It's actually going to be a bit easier. The chair is going to give you an assist. Inhale, exhale, rolling back. Push those legs out against the legs of the chair. Coming down. Reach the arm over your head. And again. Stack the spine. Reach forward with those arms. And back to your sitting. One more. Exhale as you curl back. Push those legs out. Belly button towards the spine. And use that breath. And stack the spine back to your sitting. One more. And roll back, curl back, lower back, middle back, upper back. Reach the arm over your head. One more time. Chin to chest, rolling the spine away and back to your sitting position. Excellent. Now we're going to sit back and place the heels on top of the chair. The legs are long and together, and we're going to lie down on our mat. Extend the arm in front of the chest, let the shoulder drop into the mat. And as you exhale, once again, push the heels into the chair and start lifting the hips off the mat. Bridging with straight legs. Hold at the top and gently coming all the way back down. You want to keep those legs as long as you can, reaching forward with the big toe. And lift once again. And lower. And we have 6 more. Engaging those glutes as you lift the hips. And lift. And lower. One more. Use those hands. Push the arms down as you lift the hips high. And lower. And press those heels into the chair when you lift the hips high. 2 more. And 1. And release all the way back down. Now you're going to leave those feet into the chair. Give it a bit of a wiggle if you need to release those hammies. Extend the arm over your head. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chest lift. Reach the arms forward towards the feet. And hold your chest lift. And lower. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift and reach. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, reaching a little higher. Feeling those feet quite light onto the chair. And lower. Now we're going to try and lift the spine off the mat. Inhale, exhale, reach the arm over your head or over the chest lift. You can start holding at the back of the thigh for assistance and sliding those hands at the back of the legs, coming up towards the ceiling. Lengthen that spine and reach forward. Collarbone is nice and wide. Now hold at the back of the legs and start rolling the spine back down to the mat, sliding those hands at the back of the legs and reach the arm over your head. And again, exhale, arms up towards the ceiling, chest lift, curl up, hold at the back of the legs, start curling the spine away, lifting, 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 and reach those arms forward for artisan. And hold at the back of the legs. You're gonna roll the spine back down with control. And reach the arm over your head. 2 more. Reaching up. Chest lift. Hold at the back of the thigh. Start curling the spine away. Use that core. Coming up. Reach the arm forward. Hold. And sliding all the way back down. The feet are glued to that chair. And reach the arm over your head. 1 more. Reach the arm up, chest lift. Hold at the back of the thigh. Use that core. Coming up. Reach the arm forward. Hold. And coming down. So try not to rely on those legs too much. Now we're going to try and come up without the assistance of the leg. If this is too challenging, continue with the previous options. Reach the arm up. Chest lift, reach forward. Use that core. Reach the arm forward. Roll the spine away. Reach for the feet. And lift and hold. And then rolling down. Reaching those fingertips forward. And peel the spine back down to the mat. Reach the arm over your head. And again, inhale, exhale, chest lift, reach those arms forward. Cool. Belly button towards the spine, reach towards the feet and lift. Coming all the way back down with control. Legs are together. Use the breath. One more to go. Inhale, exhale, reaching up, chest lift. Curl up and hold. Hold there. If you can, lift one leg off the chair and lower. The spine is straight. Lift the other and lower and lift and lower and lift and lower. One more on each side. And peel the spine back down with control, bone by bone, and reach the arm over your head. Excellent. Bend the knees, take them closer to the chest, and start rolling those legs, circling those legs towards one side and then the other. That was challenging. And stretch one leg up and bend, and then the other and bend. Very good. Now we're going to reposition this chair where it was and place those legs back on top of it. Bend one leg towards the chest, the other leg is over the chair. Chest lift, reach on top of that ship. Start pulling that knees towards the chest, and then we're gonna change for our single leg stretch. And change and touch that chair forward and change. Reach, 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 and touch and change. Let's go a little bit faster if we can. For 6, 6, 5, 5, and pull that knee towards the chest. 3, 2 more, and 1. Both legs are on the chair. Then coming all the way back up towards the ceiling. Hold that chest lift. Hold at the back of the legs. Then we're gonna reach one leg towards the chair as you pull the other leg towards the chest for our scissor. And then change. And change. Stay nice and high into your chest lift. But if you feel that you're getting a little tired, you can rest the head back on the mat at any time and pull that leg towards the chest and change and change and change. 2 more and 1, and coming back and return and rock from one side to the other. Very good. Now we're going to lie on our side. Lying on our side, you want the head to be supported using the bottom arm. The top leg is on top of the chair. The bottom leg is on the floor. Checking that the hips are stacked one on top of the other. Find that reach through both legs and rest the head down. So checking that we are not rocking back or forward. You want to keep this alignment, and you can use the top hand on top of in front of the chest, on top of the hip, or all the way up towards the ceiling. And we're going to begin by reaching the top leg forward first and lift and lower and lift and lower. Keeping the big toe facing forward, checking that we are not externally rotating that leg or internally rotating that leg. Point the foot and lift and lower. Pull those abdominals in and 3 more and 2, 1 more. Now we're gonna tap. Bend that leg, knees towards the chest, and reach the leg just below the chair. Then bend and reach reach that leg over the chair. Bend, keeping the hips in line, and reach underneath. And bend, and reach over. Move with control, and look for that length every time you extend that leg and reach. Bend and reach over. And bend and reach under. Two more. One. Reach, 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 reach. And bend knees to chest and reach, reach, reach under. And bend. Coming all the way over that chair once again. We're gonna reach forward. And high. And back. And reach up. And forward. And reach over that chair and back. The challenge here is keeping the hips stacked, one on top of the other. Feeling that glute engaged as you reach back. Up, back, and down. Lift, reach over that chair and down. Keep that reach. One more. Then we're gonna lift, reach forward and tap and lower. Lift and lower. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Reach high, back, and tap, and lift, and tap, and lift. Feeling that glutes working. Two more. Lift and coming all the way over that chair. And it should be burning by now. Now we're gonna lift the bottom leg up and lower. And lifting up and lower. So try to reach all the way up until you can't go anymore. And lower. And 8. Squeezing that inner thighs as you lift. 7, 6. Keep that reach to that leg. 5 and 4, 3 and 1. Lower and lift and hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way back down. Reach the top arms by your side. As you exhale, side bend, lift that bottom leg off the mat, lower and coming all the way back down. We're adding a side bend. Exhale, lifting up. Lift that leg, lower, coming all the way back down. And again, reach that hand towards the foot. Lift and lower. And 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And 1. And coming down. Bend the elbows with the elbows just in line with the shoulder. Both legs are straight. Top leg is on the chair, bottom leg is on the mat. You can either keep the bottom legs bent on the mat as an easiest option. As you exhale, lift the hips and reach the arm up towards the ceiling, hold at the top and lower. Exhale, lift up, reach the top arm up towards the ceiling and lower. And we have 4 more. And 3. 2 more. 1, and lower, and release all the way back down. Excellent. Now we've got the other side. Moving the chair on the other side. I'm going to move the chair on the other side. Again, checking that it's stable. And lengthen both legs. One over the chair and the other one under. Find your alignment first with your hips stacked one on top of the other. Find that reach through both legs. Top hand in front of the chest, the head is supported. Pull the abdominals in, belly button towards the spine. We're going to lift the top leg and lower. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. We're going to keep that reach through both legs, lots of energy. And you want to tap that leg down and lift immediately. So we are not resting the leg on top of the chair, we're just stepping the leg on top of the chair. So the energy is up at all times. We are not resting. Lift and lower. 2 more. Big toe is facing forward. 1. Now we're gonna lower. Bend that leg, knees to chest. Reach that leg underneath the chair and find your length. Then bend. Reach that leg over. Find that length. Point that foot. Bend. And reach. Bend and reach. And keep breathing. As you bend, you want to think about keeping the pelvis in place. That's the challenge. Bend and reach down. And bend and reach over. Checking that we are not hiking up with the top hip. We want to keep that length through the side. 2 more. And 1. Bend and reach. Bend and reach. Excellent. Legs on top of the chair. Now we're gonna lift. We're gonna reach forward, keeping the hips square. Reach over that chair, reaching back. Feel that glute. Over and forward. And over and back. So the top hand that's pressing down to the floor should help you out, keeping that alignment. You might want to look down just to make sure on the length of the chair. Reach over and forward. And over and back. 2 more. Keep that leg nice and straight. And 1. And back. Lift over and forward. Now we're going to tap and lift. Tap and lift. Keep breathing. Feeling that glutes burning. Tap and lift. 4 and 3. 2 more and 1. Lift up and over. And lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's go a little faster if you can. Lift and lower. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Reaching over the chair and release. Excellent. Now we're gonna lift the bottom leg up and lower. Squeeze that inner thighs as you lift and lower. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Really try and reach the top of that chair. So my chair has got some sort of crossing there. I can't really reach all the way back up, but I am touching the frame. So 3 more. And 2. And 1. Now we're gonna hold there. Hold and squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come all the way back down. Now at top, arms on top of the top leg. Exhale as you side bend, lift and lift that leg. Lower and return. Exhale, reach a little higher, lift, lower and return. And reach. It's like we are moving between 2 panes of glass. Three more, lift a little higher. And belly button towards the spine. 1 more, lift and lower, release down. Bend the elbows, elbows in line with the shoulder, collarbone is wide. You can either keep both legs long or the bottom legs bent. I'm gonna keep them both long. And then you're gonna reach. Press those legs down and lift that side and lower. Exhale, lift. Reach the top arm up towards the ceiling and lower. Press the elbows down towards the mat and lower. One more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and return all the way back down. Now we're going to stretch those legs. Cross the top leg over the bottom leg. So the right leg on top, left leg down. Find your sit bone to the mat and twist. Take the knee close towards the chest. Growing toward from the crown of the head and twist. We're gonna switch legs. Find both sit bone to the mat. Take the knee close towards the chest and twist. Keeping that length through the spine. Feet together, knees wide, arms reaching forward, and let your head drop towards those feet. Just relax that those shoulder. Relax the neck. And just breathe there. You've been working hard, so you deserve a little rest. Feeling that head heavy, feeling those hips opening up. Now we're gonna come all the way back up, and we're gonna lie on our tummy. Hug the chair with both legs. Legs are long. Wiggle the hips from one side to the other, and you want to find the pubic bone and the hip bone heavy on the mat. Arms are nice and wide, wider than your mat, goalpost position, and the elbows is resting down. The nose is hovering off the mat, shoulder away from your ear. As you inhale, start lifting up, extending the spine, the neck is long. Press the elbows down to the mat and hold that thoracic extension at the top. And gently starting to lower down. And again, inhale as you lift. Hold at the top as you push those elbows down. Keeping the last rib in contact with the mat as you hold. And coming all the way back down. And again, exhale. Lengthening that neck as you lift. Keeping those legs energized. They're gently squeezing the chair and coming down. Now we're gonna lift the elbows off the mat, off the floor, and you're just gonna have those fingertips touching. So there is already a bit of an engagement there into the shoulder. As you inhale, we're gonna extend the spine up. You're still resting on your fingertip. Chin, the chin is tucked in. Reach the right arm forward and back. Then reach the left arm forward and back. Then double arms, reaching forward and back to your fingertip. And come all the way back down. And again, inhale, extend the spine up, keeping the neck long. Reach a single arm forward and back. Keep that extension. Reach the other arm forward and back. Now both arms forward. Reach them forward and back to your fingertip. And come all the way back down. And again. Inhale, extend the thoracic spine. Right arm back. Keep that height. Other arm forward and back. Shoulder away from your ear. Both arms forward and back. Come all the way back down. Give me one more. Inhale as you extend the spine. Hold. Reach one arm forward and back. Then the other. And back. And both. And back. And come all the way back down. Excellent. Sit back to your child pose. Feet together, knees wide. Arms reaching forward. And just rest for a couple of breaths. Reaching the sit bone down towards the heels and the arms forward. Coming to your all four position. With your wrist underneath the shoulder and the knee underneath your hips. You want the right leg on top of the chair. So if you need to readjust where you stand, wiggle a bit more forward. Keeping the hips square, and you want to push up through the shoulder. The neck is long, the chin is slightly tucked in. And once you're all set, we're going to lift that leg off the chair and lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keeping those hips square and feeling that glutes working as you lift and lower. Keep that reach through the foot. As you lift that leg up, it's almost like the hip is pressing down. So the hips goes in the opposition to the legs. Exhale, lift, inhale, 4 more. And 3. Keeping equal weight on the 3 point. 1 more. Now we're gonna lift. We're going to reach that foot down and gaze follow. Lift. Slide that leg over the chair and reach down towards the other side. Gaze follow. Lift. Legs pass over the chair and reach down. Lift, keeping those hips square. And lift a little higher and 10. Two more. And 1. Coming back towards the chair. Then we're gonna hover the knees off the mat and hold. Exhale, lift the belly button towards the spine and hover that knee off the mat and lower. Lots of core. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. 3 more. and 2. Keep pressing the fingertip down. 1 more. And lower. We've got the other leg. Checking your alignment first. Extend the other leg over the chair. Hips are square. Wrist underneath the shoulder. Press, lifting up through the shoulder. The neck is long. And we're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keeping the hips square. Keep that reach through the foot and through the leg. And keep breathing. Gaze at the top of the mat. Keep pressing the fingertip down to release those wrists a bit. And tap that leg on top of the chair. 2 more. And 1. Now we're going to reach that leg towards the right and tap. Lift. Slide that leg over the chair and tap towards the left. Lift. Gaze forward. The spine is moving as well. Tap. Lift. Slide that leg over the chair. Keep the hips square. Lower that foot. Lift. And reach. Use that glute. 2 more. Tap. Lift. Over and down. 1 more. Reach that leg over the chair 1 more time. Find your balance and start lifting and hovering that knee off the mat. And lower. Keeping the hips square and hover that knee. And lower. And again, pull the abdominals in and lift that knee off the mat. And lower. And 3 more. Lots of core. And press that shin down to the chair. And 1. Lift. And lower. And release down, knees together. Feet together, knees wide, arms reaching forward. And rest the forehead down to the mat. Allowing the sit bone to sit back on top of your heels and the arms stretching forward. Now roll the spine back up. And we're gonna face the chair. We got one last challenge for the day. Place the elbows on top of the chair. Extend one leg back and then the other. So holding this plank, keeping the hips low and pushing up through the shoulder. You're gonna hold that for 10 and 9, 8, the neck is long, 7, 6, belly button towards the spine, 5, 4, 3 more, and 2, keep press those elbows down, 1 more. Then knees to elbow. Right knee towards the right elbow and back and change. Left knee to left elbow and back. Exhale as you bend. Inhale as you return. And we have 2 more on each side. Bend that knee and reach. And back. 1 more. And return and bend. And back. And coming all the way back down. Sit down, arms over the chair. And then we're going to come back down to your child pose, just resting the arms over the chair. Let that head drop. Feet together, knees wide. Just say a big yes and a big no-no. Just giving a bit of an extra stretch to those shoulders as you lie there. Just enjoy this stretch. Now we're going to come back. straighten one leg and then the other. Stretch those hammies, arms over the chair, and again keeping the legs long, feet are parallel. We're gonna bend one knee, lift that heels off the mat and lower. Then bend the other knee, lift the other heels off the mat and lower. So keeping that shape of the body where you reach the arms over the chair and you fold at the hips, feeling those hamstrings stretching. Then we're gonna bend the knee and lift and bend and sit bone up towards the ceiling and bend again and straighten those legs. Press the arms down. 3 more and lift and press and 2 and 1. Now keep that shape, pull the abdominals in, slide those hands away from the chair and start rolling the spine back up to standing. So letting those arms go, start the spine back up to standing bone by bone with control. For one last roll down of the day, inhale, exhale, chin to chest, rolling down, pull the abdominals in, stack the spine, feeling the head heavy, let your arms go. Just go as far as it is available to you. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, rolling back up to standing. Arms nice and wide, reaching for the ceiling for one last side bend. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, return, and change, and return. And you're done for the day. Thank you so much for joining my class. I hope you enjoy. I'd love to hear your feedback, so just don't hesitate to put your comment underneath.